Hi, my name is Daniel Koranteng. This is my YouTube channel. Welcome to another episode. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Let's go. First player I want to talk about is Jeffrey Schlupp. He's been in and out of the Black Stars. The last time I saw him play, I think the last time he was in action was against Ethiopia in that World Cup qualifier there. I think it was the opening game. He went off early in the first half due to injury. But I think he brings a very good profile into the Black Stars. He has a lot of experience in the Premier League with his time at West Brom, Leicester City. He's now with Crystal Palace. And I love him because he's very tactically flexible. He can play a number of different positions. Now we see him playing in the midfield for Crystal Palace. We know he can play left back, left wing back. He's the sort of player that you need in a tournament setting. Players who you can call in and based on your tactical structure can switch them around and put them around, and you know for sure that they will come to the party, they will excel. I feel like there's a space for his quality in the team. We need his sort of quality, being left-footed, his ability to drive the ball. He's very comfortable with the ball. His passing range is good. He has a good shooting ability, and he has that energy, that intensity. He brings that energy and intensity that you need for your team, or just to set the pace and set the tempo in the team. So I feel like he's one of the players who I feel must be on the plane to Qatar. He has the quality, he brings the experience in club football, of course, but he's seen these big occasions before, and I feel like if he's in the team, he can help the Black Stars a lot. The next player on my list is Abdul Salih Samed. Now, we know he was called up for the AFCON. He wasn't able to make it. We understand he's part of the professional team. He plays for Lens in France. He's been a crucial part of their team, a mainstay in their team throughout last season into this season. I feel he's a different sort of midfielder we have. He's not just your quintessential stopper, as in a defensive midfielder who just breaks up play. He has a very good passing range. He's comfortable on the ball. He's a sort of player that you can start mouth-watering if you imagine his partnership with somebody like Thomas Partey. If you watch how Thomas Partey plays with the Black Stars, he's a bit more progressive. At Arsenal, he sits at the base and he distributes things. But at the Black Stars level, he plays off somebody who's supposed to sit and do the stopping. And that is usually Idrisu Baba. I feel Abdul Salih Samed is sort of an upgrade on Baba in terms of his passing ability. Baba's passing for the Black Stars has not been necessarily the best. When you look at him at club level, he's kind of good and kind of prolific when it comes to passing. But when it comes to Ghana, we don't see that same consistency. And I feel Abdul Salih Samed is somebody who can, even if he's not an upgrade, it's his quality, his extra quality in the Black Stars, and which can be called upon at any point in time throughout the competition. As I said, we are the lowest ranked team, so as much quality as you have in your team will always serve the team much better. And I feel like Abdul Salih Samed is somebody that the Black Stars technical team should definitely be looking at. The fact that he's been called up before means that they have an eye on him, and hopefully he makes that plane to Qatar. Club Brugge's Kamal Soa is another one who I'm hoping will be part of the final 26-man squad. Now, the reason why he's on my list is because if you look at the Black Stars' recent record in scoring goals, if you look at the last year, he's played 16 games, scored 16 goals. We are not that prolific in front of goal. And for a team that is lowly ranked in the competition, a team that will most likely be playing on the back foot, we need as many prolific finishers as possible. When you look at the guys we have up top, they are not necessarily known for their goal scoring. We don't also create a lot of chances. So it means you need somebody who is very good at putting the ball in the back of the net. If you look at Kamal Soa, he can play as a centre forward. He can play around some of the attacking positions. He's somebody that adds goals. He scored a couple of goals in the Champions League already this season, and he's comfortable in the box. His movement in and around the box is very good. It's not something that we have in abundance in our team. And as I said, it's all about quality. It's all about staffing the team with as many quality players as possible, so that as and when the need arises in the competition, you can call upon them. He's pacey, and as I said, the understanding of the box is something that we lack in this team. It's just one or two players in the team that are very comfortable when they find themselves in the box. They know how to maneuver around and how to sniff out chances and put the ball in the back of the net. So with the addition of Kamal Soa, which I'm hoping will happen, I think that will increase our chances, especially in the attacking third of the game. He's somebody that can do it when he's called upon. Once he's played in the Champions League, he's played against some of the tough. Last season he played against PSG. We've already seen him in action against Atletico Madrid and teams like that in the Champions League this season. and he's kind of impressed. So I'll not be betting against him if he's called upon the Black Stars for him to bring exactly what we see at club level into national team level. Aliou Seydou is also on my list. He plays for Clermont Foot in France. He's been quite regular in the Black Stars call-ups in recent times. He did really well in the Carling Cup. He did marvelously well against Nicaragua, although you may not want to rate his performance against Nicaragua. But you have to beat what is in front of you, and you judge a player by what you've seen. And what we saw during his brief time in the Black Stars, or his brief time with the Black Stars, I think he's done solidly well. Now, I love players of his profile, as I said, similar to Jeffrey Schlupp. He can play at right back, he can play at left back, he can play at centre back, he can play right wing back, left wing back. And when you have a player like this in your system and you are making tactical switches in game, it's very easy to move them around because he's quite comfortable in all the situations or the positions and roles that you give him. He's very good at progressing the ball. He's not your typical old style defender who is ragged. He can do that if you want him to, but he's also pretty calm on the ball, very good progressor. And I really like him a lot. He may not be the tallest, but as you've seen from Lisandro Martinez, you don't have to be the tallest centre back to be good at the job. And I think Aliou Seydou brings something that we don't have in the Black Stars. It's just a 26-man squad. In as much as you must stack it with a lot of quality, which he has, he also gives you that dynamism in terms of positions and roles. And as I said, in a tournament setting, you need as many versatile players as possible just to help you around, especially when you're a Ghana, where you don't have the best players in the world in all positions. You need somebody who can step in and do a job as and when you need him in game, whether you are bringing him off the bench, whether he's on the pitch and you want to change tactics. He's perfect for that for that sort of job. So I think Aliou Seydou should be one of the first names on the list, the 26-man squad to Qatar. Last on my list is Benjamin Tete. I know this might be very controversial. He's not the favorite among Ghanaian football fans, but we don't have somebody of his profile, that tall target man type of striker. The likelihood of you chasing a game is quite high. I mean, as much as you need defensive solidity, trying to stop your opposition from breaking through, there's a high chance that there will come a time where we are chasing a game. And I think when it comes to that, if Ghana decides to go route one, we don't have anybody who is in that profile of bringing down the ball, serving as that target man sort of striker. And in as much as you may not like Benjamin Tete, he's actually very good when it comes to that. If you remember the Carling Cup against Chile, he was one of the best players on the pitch. When we went a man down, hitting the ball long to him, allowing him to bring it down. And you see, when you have players of the caliber of Iñaki Williams, you have Kamaldeen Sulemana, you have Kudus Mohammed, guys who are willing to run in behind defenses. When you have somebody like Benjamin Tete up top who is heading the ball down, nodding it down for them, bringing it to him, link up play, 1-2s, it brings the best out of them. And I think he's somebody of we need his profile. In as much as I said, he may not be the most ideal, most interesting, most exciting player to watch. He does a job, and he does a job that is very important when it comes to tournament setting. If you like, think back to the big countries who tend to do well at these competitions. You go back to Spain in 2010, they had the likes of Fernando Llorente. He may not, I don't even think he kicked the ball in the competition, but he was there for that reason. If you look at the brand of football that Spain played, he didn't necessarily fit that style of play, but he was there just in case. You look at France with Olivier Giroud, when they decided to go route one, he can play the ball on the ground. Giroud is brilliant in terms of his link-up play, but as and when they decide to go route one, he offers that option. You look at 2006 with Peter Crouch in England. There are so many examples of players like that who go, they don't fit the team's philosophy, they don't fit the team's style, but they are there for that particular reason, because by all means in a tournament setting, chances of you chasing a game, chances of you having to go to route one are very high. And if you don't have a player, somebody up front who can do that job for you, you will be found wanting. So these are the 5 players I'm hoping will make the plane to Qatar. Leave your 5 players or more in the comment section. Let me see what you guys are thinking. If you agree with me, fine. If you don't, you can always view your displeasures in the comment section. I'm more than willing to listen. Let's have that dialogue. You can even leave your ideal first 11, what you want the Black Stars, or how you want the Black Stars to field or take to the field at Qatar 2022 against Portugal, Uruguay and South Korea. Let me just see what you guys are thinking in the comment section.